So now the snail's going to do the fucking work, and I can just sit here and turn it into, let's talk about Hans Niemann, the evidentiary basis of him cheating, right? So the point is that people start out, let's see how much we actually make from this too. People start out, right? The accusation is made, right, by Magnus, and the problem is there's no physical evidence. They have the venue under control. They can x-ray people, they can body scan people, they can frisk, they can do whatever they want. And so it turns into just the clout and the fame of Magnus allows him to get through an accusation that otherwise might not have merit or might not be taken seriously. So he turns it into like a contest of celebrity. And then over time, still no evidence is presented. So now they're doing character assassination through, oh, he's cheated online before, which is completely different, right? In a court case, you wouldn't be able to bring that up. Like, somebody committed a crime before, so therefore they committed this crime. That's not how it works, and that's not how it should work, right? You're not allowed to do that in most cases unless there's some actual relevance that is brought up on the other side. Like, you try to defend yourself by saying, oh, I'm such a good person, I've never done, I've done this community service and this and that. So then they can bring it in maybe to counter it, but in a general sense, that has nothing to do with it. And it's also a means argument. Like, you have more of a means to be able to do it online. It's a lot easier to do it online. So even if you say he has the intent, you could say that about anybody. Oh, maybe Magnus has the intent to do it, right? That's just arbitrary. So they're trying to character assassinate based on that. And then what else? They try to do ex post facto justification, which is terrible, because they'll say, oh, well, he had this one game with higher accuracy than this guy or that guy or the other thing, which again has no basis in fact, because maybe he's just that good, or it's just, again, it's arbitrary. Even if that's true, right? Like, as a basis to believe he did something wrong, you would still have to produce how he did it. What is the method? How did he do it? Is more important, because otherwise other people could just do it too. So it's not even helpful to the overall health of the game. So even if you suspect it, it doesn't actually make the case at all, right? You need the method, you need the means, you need some sort of physical evidence of how he did it, which you really wouldn't need as much online, or it'd be harder to produce because you can't watch every move of what everybody's doing. And you're also really kind of insulting these venues. Like, you're saying, oh, all these years that we competed and won tournaments, or, all these other GMs, you're kind of, they will use ex post facto justification. Like, you make the claim, you preconceive that the claim is true, or at least has merit. And so now you're trying to piece together retroactively things. Oh, well, this maybe fits with the idea that he cheated. But on its face, it doesn't have any merit to it, right? Like, it's just sort of like one of those interesting little tidbits that doesn't prove anything. You could always go to other players and say, okay, there's an anomaly game here. They had this game where they had a ridiculous accuracy. Like, wasn't there that game between Ding Liren and Hikaru where they both had 99 accuracy? And it's like, okay, maybe they were both cheating if that's the case. How can you have such a perfect game? So you can say that arbitrarily across the board. So the two things you really need are physical evidence. What tool or method did he use? And also as a preventative measure for, so to make sure that everyone else isn't doing the same phantom technique that supposedly is being presumed in his case. But the other side is also, you need physical evidence, and you also need a little bit of something called just like a proper evidentiary basis. Like, imagine if it did go to court, and I mean, I guess he's obviously suing for defamation, which is interesting, but in and of itself, it actually has a pretty good case. The two things you have to remove, though, are the speculation of, well, first of all, the preconceived notion that, okay, he's cheated in the past online. At least if he cheated over the board in person, then it's a different case, and you'd be very keen to say what the method is. But the assumption in these environments, like an over-the-board tournament, is that they're closely vetted. So really, it's not even up to Magnus or Niemann to do anything or to say anything. That's why the accusation is so weak, because it's up to the venue, right? Like, it's up to them. We suspect him of doing this, or he did it in this manner, or otherwise. That's why the website is so stupid, because it's like, let's say he wants to cheat so badly, but he's just not able to, because it's not that easy to do.